We are told that success comes from
Hard work, smart strategies, and consistent effort.
and while that is important, there's a hidden factor that's often overlooked. Yet, this hidden factor could be the very thing that's holding you back. Most success advice focuses on more of what you need to add to your life,
Habits, skills, connections.
which makes sense. Yet, what if the real key to unlock your potential and empowering yourself has nothing to do with adding anything at all, where it's more so eliminating? There is one deceptively small 3-letter word out there that silently undermines your efforts. And in this video, I'm revealing that one word that could be inconspicuously sabotaging your success, sharing what you can gain from removing that word from your vocabulary, then give you some more powerful alternatives to use instead. And at the end, I'll share some bonus tips into putting it into action. The power of language is incredible. It fundamentally shapes your mindset, influences your behaviors, directs your attention, and defines your experiences. The words you choose to use can either disempower you or empower you. When you use language that is limiting, you could accidentally be setting yourself up for failure, creating a self fulfilling prophecy. Then that will reinforce the negative talks and doubt. You see, your words have great power to shape your reality. And once you have adopted a mindset of limitation, it's a bit of an uphill battle after that to break free from. Think about it this way: the words you choose to use are like seeds you plant into your mind garden. They germinate, they grow, and they eventually bloom into the reality of your experience. So, if you're using language that is rooted in negativity, you'll end up achieving a harvest that is negative in return. When you use limiting language, you'll find yourself struggling to take risk, make decisions, push past obstacles. And you are not alone in this. I've experienced this myself, and I've also found myself using language that hinders my progress. And that's why I'm so passionate to share that with you now. The good news is that recognizing the pattern is the critical first step towards the positive change and the empowerment. Simply understanding the effect the word can have might be enough to inspire you to change the word out now. Did you know when you use language like this that's more of disempowering, it starts to break down your confidence? You'll start to question your abilities. And before long, you'll start just doubting yourself altogether. And this is when that self doubt creeps in. And it's incredibly challenging to overcome. And it's just
Fascinating.
how this one small word can have that kind of effect. The word is like a magnifying glass on your weaknesses while simultaneously casting a shadow on your strengths. This distorted view starts chipping more away at your self confidence. This is where that fear creeps in. Remember, fear is simply faith in a negative outcome. Fear is an incredibly paralyzing emotion. it can hold you back from achieving your goals. You could start to feel stuck and stagnant, unsure of how you're going to break free. You could feel like you're going through the motions and basically like nowhere fast. This is where that frustration sets in, and you start to wonder if you're cut out for this whole success thing, or you think you need to work just a little bit harder to achieve, and that's not the case. It honestly kind of reminds me of, and you might laugh here, how when Yoda says fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. So here it is, the Sonja version. It's disempowering language leads to fear. Fear leads to frustration, and frustration leads to self sabotage. So, what is this one word that is holding you back from your success? What is that silent sabotager that is quietly undermining your confidence, decision making, and overall well being? Well, here, let me give you this clue.
Do or do not. There is no try.
All right, I'm sure you've guessed it. And if you hadn't, yes, if you had, it's try. Did you realize that try is disempowering, non committal, presupposes failure, non convictional, non committal, uncertainty, a cop out, diminishes credibility, self sabotaging at its finest, weakens your self belief? When you say try, you are indicating that you don't care about your results. Now, no worries here. I'm going to give you some other alternatives because I'm not just going to say, okay, just stop saying try and go figure it out. Now, think about this. How many times did you say try today? Or how many times do you even remember saying try? And the reason I even say remember, uh, funny story here. I was having a conversation with somebody last week, and in less than 5 minutes, they said try a couple of times. They didn't even realize it, and they were saying it in regards to an action that they were going to try to do. So at times, we don't even realize that we might be saying it. Also, quick tip here, if you happen to call people out on the word try, be mindful on how you address it with others. I speak from experience here. I learned constantly pointing out when somebody is saying try could be a bit overwhelming for some. I had noticed how many times people were saying it, and I would say something about it to them until I ended up eventually, and this was in a galaxy far, far away in a time long, long ago. I'd gotten pulled into the office by the owners and had been spoken with because of the mass quantities of corrections that I was doing were making people feel a bit uncomfortable. So make sure you apply some mindfulness with this and realize some people are and aren't ready to be pulled out of the matrix yet. Think about it like this, like a classic Hitchcock film, building up that suspense and allowing others to realize the impact for themselves of saying try. And another point, people processes information differently. Here's an opportunity to be creative with it and have some fun. Like use the Yoda quotes or make a YouTube video on the subject, or maybe create a creative rhyme. Try is a word for the faint of heart. Either commit or just don't start. So, since you're not a tryer and a doer, and I'm sure you're not eating a soup with a fork, let's go ahead and ditch that try and embrace some more results-focused language. And here are some great replacements, and pick out a couple and see which one works best for you. I will, attempt, commit, take on challenge, tackle, aim, pursue, do my best, I'm going to, or I'll give it a go. So, and I'm going to give you some examples here. So instead of saying, I woke up to another day to try to be better than the day before, now you could choose, I woke up to another day and will attempt to be better than the day before, or I will be better than the day before, or I will do my best to be better than the day before. Or here's another example. I will try not to eat before 10:30. So you could replace it with I will not eat before 10:30. I will do my best to not eat before 10:30, or I will intend to not eat before 10:30. So allow me to break that down a little bit too. When you think of the word try, consider this. It can often set you up for disappointment. By recognizing this, you can avoid this self-sabotage and accelerate your personal growth. Now, you could think of try with this acronym, the TRY, to restrict you, to help you remember that potential impact with using the word try. Now you'll experience the positive changes that comes from avoiding try, which is more commitment, more clarity, holds you more accountable. It can be more motivating and conveys a more positive attitude. By replacing the word try with action words, you foster a mindset of achievement, crushing that self-sabotaging habit. Now, here are those bonus tips on how to put this into action. Number 1, begin each morning setting your intentions. Intend to speak with more confidence and purpose, leaving the try out of your vocabulary. And journaling about this intention can be a powerful practice. It's a practical way to reinforce the intention throughout the day. Ask a friend, let them know you're working on eliminating the word try, and if they could help point that out when you might not realize you've said it. And then finally, one of my favorites is visual aids. Sticky note, put it on your iPhone, put it on your laptop, on the mirror, refrigerator, someplace that you are constantly looking at, so it's again front of mind. And a powerful short statement to keep that in mind: commit, leave, try out of it. Eliminating try is a really serious game changer. It's a simple yet powerful shift that can completely transform your mindset, your confidence, and your ability to achieve success. Remember, the word try can be deceptively harmful. It suggests a lack of commitment, presupposes potential failure, and ultimately weakening your self-belief, and leads to self-sabotage. Replacing try with decisive action words. This projects confidence, builds credibility, and eliminates the possibility of self-sabotaging. Again, some of those words: I will, attempt, commit, take on the challenge, tackle, aim, pursue, do my best, I'm going to. Also, keep this in mind with these two reminders. The rhyme, try is the word for the faint of heart, either commit or don't start, or that acronym, to restrict you. Remember, the words you choose to use has a profound impact on your life. They can shape your reality your mindset, your actions. So choose wisely. Now, keep empowering that mindset because your potential is limitless. As you work on shifting and empowering your mindset, you may encounter negative thoughts. You might want to check out this video next. It offers you a unique framework that allows you to instantly reframe those negative thoughts and create a more empowering future.